Hey everyone, so this will be a bit of a comparison between the 2019 Amazon Fire HD10 and the brand new, just came out like 2 days ago, Amazon Fire HD10 from 2021. So this is 2019, that is 2021. The biggest difference is going to be this has 2 gigs of RAM, 2. This one has 3, or if you get the Plus version, it will have 4 gigabytes of RAM. As far as we can tell, they have the same octa-core processor in them. A few differences here, though. As you can see, they do look a bit different. The aspect ratio is a bit different. This one is a little bit wider, but not as tall. This one is taller, but not as wide. They are both 10.1 inches. Both of them are 1080p screen resolutions with 224 ppi. But with that said, I do believe this one does look a little bit nicer. And one more thing on the screen is that this one, when turned up all the way, like we have both of these right now, on dark or black screens, you will see light bleed come through here, so it does not really look that black like it should. This does not seem to suffer from that. At least the one I have, well, the two I have, do not. I also have the Plus version, and it looks just as good. So this display, even though they are supposed to be the same PPI, the same resolution, this one does look better to me. As yeah, for whatever reason that is. Besides from that light bleed, it just looks a bit better. Both of these have dual speakers with Dolby Atmos in them. You have 2 and 2. And see, here's the camera on the old one. They moved the camera to the side here on the new one. Both of these have USB Type-C to charge them up. As far as I know, you cannot hook these up to a monitor, though. With the USB Type-C, it just does not work. The new one now has multitasking, which I will show off a bit later. This one does not. I think it's because this does not have enough RAM. With only 2 gigabytes of RAM, it already has some issues with harder, heavier apps as is, and keeping heavier apps open for a long time. This one does not have that issue since it has more RAM. And then get the Plus version, it's even better. Both of these come with the Amazon App Store and all these different apps. You see, up to here is all Amazon apps, and you cannot delete them whatsoever. You can download the Google Play Store on both devices if you want to know how. Check out my video. Check out my channel. I made a video on it yesterday for the new one, and I have made past videos for the old one. You can do it the same way on both, but this one I actually used a different website this time. The old website was not actually working. Alright, enough with that. Let's get on with the actual speed test here. We're going to go into the Silk browser here, which is what Amazon... It's Amazon's browser, is what that is. Again, both of these have 32 gigabytes of storage. This has 3 gigabytes of RAM. This one only has 2. Both of these are on the same internet, and both of them have been cleared of their browsing histories. And again, it looks like they do have the same processor in them. So first I'm going to go to Pokemon.com here. 1, 2, 3. And they are basically the same. So again, same processor. 1, 2, 3 for Pokedex. 1, 2, 3. They even came up at the same time. So they both are pretty dang quick, actually, for being pretty cheap tablets. Alright, next we'll go to Best Buy's website. As I punch my light on accident. I like using Best Buy's website because it is a pretty dang heavy website for whatever reason. So let's go ahead and hit tablets and e-readers. Again, and of course, there's going to be maybe a tad bit of a difference in speed here, and that's because I probably hit one tiny bit quicker than I hit the other one. And as you can see from this, you can actually now get at least at this moment in time, the Tab A7 from Samsung for $200. So now there's only about $50 difference between this one and then the A7, or only about $20 difference if you're looking at the Plus version. So that is something to keep a note. And I will be making a video between this guy, or maybe the Plus version, versus the A7. But let's go ahead and click on said A7. Oh yeah, so do stay tuned for that video as well on my channel. Waiting for this stuff to load. So I said Best Buy's website is weird. It actually seems to be loading quicker on the old one than this new one. Not so much that time. Like I said, they're going to be pretty similar here. Alright, we're going to keep that open. Actually, what we're going to do is click on this picture. Now we'll get out of that. Next, we'll go to YouTube's right here. 1, 2, 3. And I did not mention, but these are both running the same OS, which is Fire OS. They're both updated to the same. But yeah, this one again can do multitasking. That one cannot. I want to show off the speakers here. They are basically the same as you'll see. I'm sure this will probably give me ads on both. Oh, no, it did not. Well, not on this one. So let's start out with the old one here. So again, both of these have dual speakers. So both of them sound pretty much the same. They both sound actually really good for $150 devices. Alright, next we will go into Asphalt 8 here. 1, 2, 3. And this is where that RAM is going to come in handy. Alright, hopefully we're not getting copyright infringement on that one. You see this did load faster. I don't know why it's making me do this again. I just did it. But yeah, it's making me do that again. So there we go. Thing I really wish Amazon would implement is where it would switch back to whatever way you had it. But it does not. Sadly. There we go. Alright, next we'll go into the Google Play Store. Again, if you want to know how to download it, just go to my channel. Videos on how to download. Next we'll go to Mortal Kombat here. And we'll click on the picture. There we go. Then we'll open up a few random things here, like the utilities. So let's go into calendar. And then we'll go back into utilities here. We'll hit the weather. And let's do one more here. Let's hit the calculator. Alright, now we'll reopen all the apps we just had open and we'll see which one works better. Again, this is where that RAM is going to come in handy. Even though it's just 1 gig, you see, not reloaded, reloaded. And not reloaded, reloaded. Not reloaded. Reloading. I think. Yep. Switches back to being the correct position. Come on. Alright. Go back to the Google Play Store. Sorry, that was a bit crooked. Neither of them reloaded, surprisingly, with this one. Calendar here. Both were good. Weather. Both are good. Calculator. Alright, both of those were good. So you can see on heavier apps, like the game, and actually YouTube even, the new one does not reload, whereas the old one does. Alright, I'm going to do one more thing here, and that is run Geekbench 5. So I'm going to go ahead and run both of these. So OS is actually Android 9, so that is interesting. Let's see, MT8183, MT8183. So, I don't think it's not doing anything yet. Oops, sorry, hit the camera. So I'll be back when these are done loading. Alright, then just a quick update here. So we pretty much have them at the same time, and they are both about the same time. This one was just at 37%, and then I just did a quick jump as soon as I hit the record button on camera, of course. Obviously, this one is going a little bit quicker, though, by about 3%. Now it's at 44%. Ooh, one more quick update. After this, I will show the actual results here. This one is actually at 76% now. This one's at 81%. So the old one actually jumped over the new one. So that is interesting. Alright, be right back and I'll show you the actual results. Alright guys, so the old one actually beat the new one. It's only at 93%. So while that one's still doing its thing, let's go over the old one here. So single core score of 264, multi-core score of 799. So you see it actually has Android 9 there. Okay, now that is finally done. So that is actually better. 302 compared to 264. 1004 compared to 800, even though that one took a bit longer to do. I'm going to guess it's because of the extra bit of RAM? I'm not sure. So you guys can look through all this if you want. So you see memory, this says 2.73, so 3 gigs. This one has 1.75, which is supposed to be 2. There are the different scores for single core performance. You guys can look through it all you want. Just stop the video at any time. And there is the multi-score. Again, 799, 1004, so basically 800 and 105. If you want to round up a little bit. So that is interesting. So this definitely is a little bit better. Then won't you show me that one? Yeah, so there you guys go. There is the Geekbench. Some people wanted to see that. Alright, so let's do multitasking real fast. Like I said, I'll show that off. So let's get rid of the Geekbench. Let's go back onto the interweb here. We'll let that load real fast. So in order to do multitasking, just hit the icon down here. Hit this. There's a little box there with a little arrow. Hit the little arrow, and then split screen. And then you can tap the one down there, and there we go. And then you can adjust these as well. And then of course when you flip it sideways, so there you go. There's multitasking. Very cool. Again, this one cannot do it. That one can. Now I'm really excited to see what the benchmark will be for the Plus. one more quick note is then this icon changes to a split square instead of just a single square. There we go. Alright guys, so tell me, what are your thoughts and opinions on this? Do you guys have an old one? Do you plan on upgrading? Or do you plan on keeping it to the new one? It's either speed-wise they are about the same. Benchmark-wise there is a bit of a difference there. You guys let me know what you guys think of these. One more thing I do want to say real fast is that side by side, I do think the new one is a bit more elegant looking. It just looks a bit more, I would say, more higher end than this old one does. This one just looks cheaper. For lack of a better word, this one just looks a little bit like a cheaper device. This one looks a bit more premium. That's my opinion. Again, you guys let me know what you think. As always, I really do appreciate y'all watching. Hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next vid. Do stay tuned. Many, many more videos to come on the brand new 2021 Amazon Fire HD10 and HD10 Plus. Goodbye.